Hey guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. Apparently I'm very unprepared because I just realised my laptop isn't open to see anyone's comments. Having a day. I'm not really having a day, just been to my regular long appointment this morning. So, you know, wearing a mask all morning. I just looked at myself and looked, geez, you look tired, but I think it's because I was wearing a mask all morning. Couldn't wait to have that off. I'm very thankful for the people who do wear masks that work in hospitals. My stepdaughter is one of them. She dropped me off and picked me up and is going back for an 8-hour shift this afternoon. So I just went, you're amazing wearing that surgical mask for 8 hours. I couldn't wait to rip it off. So yes, so good afternoon everybody. Welcome. Today I am playing with, and I've got a few requests in colours, but playing with the embossed Forever Evergreen Forest pieces that I embossed, opening the, and it's just there over my shoulder, opening the cut and emboss, the Stampin' cut and emboss machine. Maybe we'll just call it the Boss, or I thought we can call it Clem, because I know cut and emboss machine, but I thought everyone's going to call it Chem, and I went, well, let's call it Clem. I know it's an old-fashioned men's name that I thought was pretty funny. But yeah, tell me what you think of the name Clem. Now, if you guys are watching me, please make sure you are subscribed, or like my page if you're over here live on Facebook, and make sure you press the bell or the 3 dots to get notifications of when my videos are going live. So these are the 4 colors that I have to play with. I've got garden green, basic black, shaded spruce, and just jade. So Clem is great. Thank you, Linda. I'm glad you like Clem. I thought Clem was pretty good. When I saw Denise is calling hers the Boss, and I saw someone else said CEM, and I went, oh, Clem, and it just came to my head because I've got Larry the labeler, I've got Dennis the Dymo labeler, and now I've got Clem the embossing, the cutting machine, so, or the die cut machine. So everything's getting named at the moment. So tell me if you have a preference for colour. I've already had these 3. So yeah, if you have a preference of colour, I am going to try dark and light. So I've got my my shimmer paints out to play with. I've got both the white and the gold out to play with because I thought they'd be fun to pick up on the texture. But just let me sign into my computer here and get on my second screen. If you would like to purchase this embossing folder, it is on page 35 of the August to December mini catalogue, and I keep on wanting to call it the holiday catalogue because that's what this catalogue's previously been known as. So it's just up here and page 35, and it's just above the For Onto Us stamp set, which I may grab out to use with this. I'm not sure what else I'm going to use. I've got a use it up box of leftovers, and this is just from last weekend and me playing with the cut and emboss, or Clem, the cut and emboss machine. So I have things to use coming out my ears. I haven't even cleaned off my desk. Black for sure. Okay, Linda. Okay, let's see if I can. I'm incredibly prepared today. The height of professionalism here from me. So let's see what we get. I will flick us around, and I've got the fold card bases out, and I will I have gas. My second screen is working beautifully, except it's not on mute. It is on mute now. I'll flick you guys around and look, I even have water. I'm on the ball, and I will get going. Hey, Delinda. I will come back and say hello to everyone as well. Okay. Let's flick you girls around. See how we're going here. Have to go further back. Oops, sorry guys. Just trying to get this straight, or do you know what? I think we're still backwards. That is the issue. I'm there going, no, that's not right. It's because we're still backwards. Look at us. Hang on. Let's see if we can just... I think if we go there, I'll pop those there and I will check my second screen and I'll be back. Okay, light off, no shadows. Now, I do have links to my shop, my social media, if you'd like to join my team and get your stamp cut and emboss machine earlier than the 1st of September. Okay, I'm looking fairly straight, fairly good. This is great. Now, who have we got here this morning? Got Pamela, Mrs. Hole, Donna, Alison. It is a mouthful. It sure is a mouthful. The Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Hey, Karen. Hey, Linda. Hey, Dee Dee. Oh, hey, Dee Dee. Haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Rose. Thank you for sharing as well, girls. Okay, so do you want... This is a 6x6 embossing folder. I have pretty much... cut out. All these pieces aren't the same size, but they'll pretty much be a card front size. I just grabbed out lots of pieces of paper. Hey, Julie. And I have our Champagne Mist Shimmer embossing paint, and I have Frost White. So what I'm going to do is shake them up. So they do have a ball in them to help the metallic pigment go around. Hey, Lorraine, I'll give you a call back after my live. I did see you called as I was walking in the house. So they are now all shook up. Now I just want to burst into song, but I am going to spare you all from that. So I've just got my sponge, my sponges down. I'm pretty sure I do have a shimmer paint sponge, or I've got, I don't know if that's shimmer paint or what. It's definitely paint, but that's gone all hard, so it's not very often that I throw out a sponge, but that one did just get deposited in the bin. Okay, so there's nothing in this one. I may even crack open a new sponge. You never know. We'll see what we can find. I know, right? I sure did have Elvis running through my brain just then. I went, yeah, no, the girls do not need to hear that. Okay, no, a new sponge it is, and I do have one sitting up here. Yep, that one's good. That one's been used on envelopes ages ago, but I now use my old aqua painters, not the water painters, the aqua painters. So I'll use a fresh new sponge, and I will need scrap paper, messy mat. So I'm thinking I really want to use champagne on this black one and see how it turns out. I'll be playing with these. I won't necessarily be making all of these into cards. Oh, thanks, Lorraine. I appreciate that. Yay, Inga, that's fantastic. That's so good. Now, what I could do and what I should do is get down my silicone mat, because what I'm going to do is put a couple of drops on this, and then I'm not wasting any of my paint. Okay, so these silicone mats, I have a couple of them, priceless. I use them all the time. So I'm just going to pour out a drop. Just a drop, and look, I can be delicate sometimes, and I didn't pour out the whole bottle. Please mark this date on the calendar, because that doesn't happen often. So I'm going to just pop the edge of the sponge in and just give it a rub on here, and I have actually covered the whole sponge, even though it doesn't look as though I have. And then tell me if you're seeing this sparkle that I'm adding to the black, because this is adding the most stunning sparkle and a tinge of colour just to the trees. I'll show you once I've covered the whole lot. And I'm trying to leave the top of this uncoloured. I'm trying not to push too hard and just grab those raised areas. Now, I don't mind that some areas are slightly darker than others. That really doesn't bother me. It's just laying down. Oh, that bottom is looking a bit neglected. So I'm just picking up a tiny amount at a time. The bottom was looking a little neglected. Okay, so on the black I may go in, and I'm hoping, oh hang on, I do have, this fell out of the cupboard the other day, my torch. If Jamie was here, she'd be screaming at me, Ellen, use your torch. So I'm hoping you can see that shimmer. I'm hoping anyway. It's really, really subtle. Yes, you can. Maybe, kinda. But I could add a touch of white. But what I am going to do is I'm going to need a new sponge. That's what I'm going to need, and I'm going to show you our Stampin' sponges and how they come and how I okay, this is how they come in a set of 3, and this is what I do. It's so very technical and so very, very hard. It is just subtle, Lorraine. I didn't, cause the embossing folder is so beautiful. So they come in a huge ass sponge like this. We don't need such a huge sponge, otherwise they would take up way too much space. So I cut it in half, and then you can either cut it into thirds or you can cut it in half again. I like cutting it in half again, that works for my hands. So cut it in half again, and then I still have 3 colours or 3 parts of the sponge to go on with. So you essentially get 12 colours out of a sponge. But I do use my sponges for light colours. So my blues can be used for like 5 different blues, all on the same sponge. So you really don't need a whole lot, and you can clean them as well. Yay! You found an old silicone mat. That's awesome. Okay. So I'm now going to put out a drop of the Frost White, and we're going to try that on the shaded spruce. Okay. Okay, just a drop. Hello Nick, how are you? Okay, I'm very impressed with my just a drops. Very, very impressive. Okay, so rub that over the whole piece. So I'm choosing our darkest pieces first, and then we will try on our not so dark pieces. I just want to make sure this is, you can't even see it on the sponge, but trust me when I say, and you can see it has glute just a little out, but that's okay. Just going to barely touch it into here, and I'm going to rub it over this main part. So then, this is gorgeous and shimmery. I love the Frost White. It's white, but it's more of a white shimmer. It's stunning. Okay, need a bit over here and up this tree. We can always add more, but we can't take away. So I always remember less is more, or more is less, whichever way you would like to put that. Okay, picking up all of this and just rubbing the tops of these trees. So I went a little heavy-handed in a couple of spots, but that's okay. Okay, now I have got it everywhere, but I like that some spots are lighter than others. I'm just going in different directions, and I'm picking up and highlighting different parts of the embossing. So I'm hoping, and where's my light again? Hey Chris, Ellen, you should put those on clips at the end. I could, but clips are hard for me to do, and David's been in a meeting, so I haven't been able to get him to do clips. So I'm hoping you can see that shimmer. So it's very, very subtle, but it just adds something lovely. I'm just making sure you've got some light there. Hoping, yes, you can see it on screen. So it's lovely, and you can see, so what I find, and the best way to describe it, is the champagne is glittery and the Frost White is shimmery. So they're two very different effects. So yes, I think I'm going to use some champagne on this garden green, and we'll see how we go here. How you going, David? Oh, have I got post? Any cards? No cards today. I've received quite a few cards recently. It's been very nice to get some happy mail. I may actually need to pop out some more, which is good. As I said, we're going with less is more with this. Yes, DD. So the champagne is shimmery, the Frost White, oh no, sorry, the champagne is glittery, the Frost White is shimmery. I want to get to see, that was a little drip. So that should be enough to cover the rest. As you can see, a little, because that really isn't even, it's a drop, but it's not really a drop. They're very viscous paints, but they do go, because I'm still able to pick up so much off this silica mat, they do go a really, really long way. So as you can see, I'm not being particular. I'm just slapping it on there, but leaving this top area free. So hopefully you think this was Moonlight or Twilight. Is the first paper black? This one is basic black. This one is shaded spruce. This is garden green, and then we'll pop some frost white onto the Just Jade. So hopefully you can see that without without my torch. Hey, Mrs. Newman, long time no see. Thanks, darling. Yeah, so hopefully you can, yes, you can just see that going this way. So that is the champagne, and let's pop some frost white on this Just Jade. And then if you guys have any suggestions of whether these should be Christmas cards or whether these should be something else cards, please tell me, and throw out some sentiments that you think I should use. And of course I will tell you that was a big drop, but I was a bit short on that one. Tell me what stamp sets, and I'll tell you if I own them. Okay. Oh, I love the shimmer of the frost white. Although I got the frost white second when I got them, I owned the champagne first. And then I went, oh, get the other one, and I never bought the bronze one when we had it, because I went, no, I'm really happy with these ones, but boy do they add something special to a card. That drop was just perfect, just a drop. It has generously, and I am meaning generously, covered this card. So the tops are a bit harder to be precise with, but that's okay. Oh, that just looks luscious. So I'm hoping you can see that, and because we haven't used much, they just dry really quickly. Oh, hey, Kathy. No, you hadn't said hello. Thank you for joining. It would be lovely as Christmas cards. Yes, exactly, Delinda. These sympathy cards as well. Well, I could sort of make one of everything. So let's see. I'm just going to grab a baby wipe. Okay. So I've just grabbed a baby wipe so I can clean the shimmer paint off our silica mat. So this is all I do. You can also just run it under a tap. But those applications are perfectly fine. Because silica mats, as you know, they can go through the dishwasher, the whole gamut. So I do have a few old paint bits and bobs stuck to this, but I just want to take off what we've used. That is all clean. I do use, well, apparently I've got some on the back. Maybe this may be old stuff, but guess what? It's coming up. You can have a bit of a let's clean with Ellen. And this gives you, okay, Leonie, thank you so much for joining. I will catch you soon, sweetheart. Miss you. Leonie's lovely dear friend of mine. Okay, right. So I'll just, oh, that side's already dry. Well, it's all embedded in the Stampin' Up logo. There you go, that's out now. So I'll just pop that to the side and pop it away when it's dry. Okay, I had fun with those shimmer paints, but they are so easy to use, and you can use our sponge daubers as well. I'm just not, I don't know, I'm just not super fond of the sponge daubers, just with my fingers. So, and I find I'm a lot more heavy-handed with the sponge dauber than I am with our Stampin' sponges. So that's just me. Okay, so this is on the page that that the embossing folder is. So I will get you girls to choose a sentiment out of there. We said sympathy, didn't we? Do I have a sympathy set? This has been a while. I do have very nice eyes with deepest sympathies out of Peaceful Moments. What else? Thinking of You. Thinking of You with All My Heart. So I've got 2 out of that set that we can do. And a masculine birthday. Let me see. Even, I do like, this is a new set to me, Happiest of Birthdays. It's a new set in the catalogue, but I did buy it a little later than everything else because I wanted some different birthday sets, because the stamp sets that I bought had very specific sets, have very specific sentiments to the images in that set, or didn't have actual birthday, so we will use that as well. So I've got, okay, so no one's chosen one out of there, not helpful guys. Now I do need to delve into my box here, because I know I've got a label. I have a label. I've also got some trees. So I don't know if these trees will work on here. I will grab them out and see if they work. And I also have a brass bell. So I will see. What else have I got? Oh, I've got another tree. I have a little gnome in here too. Oh, and I've got more. Actually, what I might do, I'm going to use the frost white on this, on the black, to see what it looks like. I know I've just cleaned up, but I did find more card bases. So I want to use the frost white on the black to see how that turns out. Hey, Arnie Di, I'm so sorry. I'm the worst goddaughter ever. Happy birthday for yesterday. I thought of you like 10 times while I was doing 10 bazillion other things. And oh, shivers. That was a lot. And I totally forgot to call you. Let's see if I'm forgiven. Okay. I may be adding some more. Oh, I've got more card bases here, so I will just use up this paint until it is gone. Okay, right. Some frost white. See how this performs. Oh, look at that on the black. That is amazing. And I'm not going to waste this shimmer paint. As I said, I do have other card fronts there. Oh, so amazing on this. Wow. just darkening up these corners, which are a bit light. Wow, look at that. They're a bit light up here too. Wow, stunning on the black. Okay, I've got another shaded spruce and another black. So let's do a shaded spruce. Hey Shelley. Oh, me too. As yesterday I had a call from a girlfriend who needed a lift to get a medical test. I was all ready to go live with this yesterday, but got a text from my girlfriend and she went, "Can you help me out?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I can." So I thought I would come on today and see you guys now rather than yesterday. Okay, 2 card bases we got with all that paint. So that was about 2 drops. 2 drops, 2 extra card bases. Even if I just cover them now and pop them in my use it up bundle to use later. And I have totally, well, it's bent because it's slightly wet. Oh no, that's the extra card base. Where's the black one? There. So that's the black. I know you girls can just see that like then. Okay, thanks Dee Dee. Thanks so much for dropping in. I'll catch you next time. Hopefully not so long between drinks. Okay, I caught that nice and quick. Of course I've got it all over my hands because what would painting be like without getting it everywhere? Okay, all good, all cleaned. That only took a couple of seconds. I just used Stampin sponges. So I did pick up a bit of the green out of the shaded spruce paper onto the sponge, but that's totally fine. Okay, so these ones, I'm thinking I might use this sparkly one and then the Just Jade one first. We'll see how we go. I've got all the stamp sets out, but we shall just see. We shall see, we shall see. So I have this label that I already had. So this was out of my little use it up basket from the weekend, and this is one of the tasteful labels. Shimmer paint. No, not ink, shimmer paint. Christmas begins with Christ. Okay, I was thinking that may not fit on this label, but then again, it might. Yeah, it's got a mark on it. Let's see. Ooh, I may just fit this on here. We'll see how it looks anyway. And I'm thinking Just Jade's friend is, whoops, put that aside. Just looking for a companion colour for Just Jade. Just Jade and Pretty Peacock. They, oh, wow, they look amazing together. So I will grab this. I'll grab a stamping piece of paper. This is just one of the mats for, or one of the grid mats for our Stamparatus. Okay, yes, so the champagne is more like concentrated. Well, it's similar to whatchamacallit, to Winkestella, but Winkestella is a lot more gold, where this definitely is a real champagne. I just got my thumb in the ink pad. Now, I haven't stamped with this before, so I am definitely going to stamp off. That looks lovely. Okay. Oh, I didn't get my thumb in it. I swore I had. So I'm going to line up this bottom that begins with Christ. And we're just going to hope that this has stamped. Can I get away with that? I don't quite think so. I don't quite like... No. That is just going in the bin. That's okay. So, I'm thinking nice white strip. I just need to check my sizing on this to see if we are, yes, we are the correct size for a card front. Awesome. I know some of these aren't the correct size. Hey, Jennifer. It dries like Winker Stella or 3D like glitter. It dries like Winker Stella, but it's a different cast. Like this is a, I don't know, Winker Stella is more silver. This is more gold. I don't know how else to quite describe it. So, yep, I just need to get some white paper. No, not very vanilla. Although very vanilla will work. No, because I've used the shimmery white paint. Here are my Whisper White scraps. Ooh, look at that piece just down here. I'm thinking that piece is the correct width. Love my scraps. And I really am scraping the bottom of the barrel in my scraps, but I do have another few pieces the same width. If we go awry here, I can do that, because I'm never going to guarantee that I'm going to stamp straight or that it will look right. Okay, just pray for me, please. Yay! Okay, that is not straight, but that is pretty close. And I love that sprig. Now that goes, oh, I could I? No. You could do that. Is that too many trees? And that really is old olive, so it's not really going to work. But I don't know. It doesn't feel very religious. Oh, now this would look nice down here, but I'm not going to do that because I've not used the right colours. I am thinking of just like angling it off. No tree. Oh, thank you. I told you I was getting them done the other day. So I've got glitter. So these aren't sealed, so it's a bit rough glitter, but it makes it sparkle more. So these are definitely my colours. The last ones were a bit too pink for me, personally. So, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to snip this off at an angle. And because I can't cut straight lines, we do already know this fact, I am going to snip it off with my trimmer, just like that. So, no tree. Yeah, I thought no tree too, but with another sentiment, the tree could work. So, like that. And maybe with a couple of pearls, because the pearls have that shimmery effect. So let's see if I do happen to have a pretty peacock card base, which I don't. No, I don't. That's just a square. Okay. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. All my scraps are falling out on me. Okay, right. Squeeze everything out of the way. What am I doing here? 10 and a half, 10 and a half. I don't know why I didn't score this first. Please tell me why. As you know, I make cards for our troops overseas to send back to their families and can't use glitter. Yes, that's right. Does this come off? Well, you won't be able to use this anyway because that does have that iridescence. But the champagne shimmer is definitely more subtle, but it is that glittery piece. But my hands are only covered by the wet paint. They're not actually covered by anything coming off now. But you can try, Lorraine, when you're next over, you can certainly try my champagne shimmer mist. Okay, so going to stick this down, and because it's warped and the like, I am going to use my Stampin' seal. So, yeah, right. Not playing nice. Let's see, it's right there. I do find rolling it, if you can't get it to roll, just rolling it on your silicone mat does get it moving beautifully. So I am being generous because this has been embossed. It has been wet with the paint. Even if it is just a little bit, it has been wet with the paint. So we will, okay, it's not wanting to roll on this. No, it doesn't want to roll over this. So what I might do, I know my Stampin' Seal Plus will roll over this. Haha. That's okay, that's good to know. Good to know the Stampin' Seal isn't so fond of the texture on embossing, or the backs of embossing folders. So I'm just, as I said, being a bit more generous with my glue than what I normally would. Now all these, the Seal Plus and the Seal, incredibly sticky. So what I'm going to do, look how that pretty peacock just makes that Just Jade look so incredibly elegant. Wow, stunning. Okay, sentiment. I may not get to all of these cards, but hey, and I'm not really totally happy with my sponging there, so I can cover that up. I don't mind leaving it floating a little bit, but I do want to use dimensionals. Oh, mini dimensionals aren't going to cut it. Let's get out the big dimensionals. So I'm finding it hard not to add another like stamped image. It's one of my things. Like, embossing folders are beautiful, but I do like want to add, I don't, what you'd call a focal image to it. So my brain is currently really struggling, going, you need to add more. I do sometimes find it incredibly hard to keep things really simple. I just want to add that extra step to make it into something a touch more. Are you girls like that, or is that just me? Okay, so we've used the 4 onto us for this one. And I'll make, I do love these colours, my word. Good pick. I know it was me that picked it, but you know, I will congratulate myself, hey, because no one else will. Okay, I just wanted that a touch higher just for balance. Yep, that's fairly straight, and I will definitely grab out. Now I could use our, I'm just having a look at what we've got. Iridescent pearls. Iridescent pearls, I'll grab those out because they might work really nicely with our black card. Where are my pearls? They're here, I promise. Yeah, found them. These are our pearls. Oh, thanks, Di. Oh, you're the same. Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one that struggles with simple cards. Oh, we are great. Thank you, Di. Are you great as well? Because I like to hear that you're great. I hope today's work day isn't too arduous for you. So we've got medium, small, tiny. Well, don't use this. Use my take my pick tool. It works so much better. Okay, so I feel they need more mediums, but you know, that's just me. Yeah, don't like that placement. Maybe I need to change the placement of the other one. Geez, I'm hungry, girls. I came home and got straight on. I haven't even eaten. Sitting here going, why am I hungry? It's because I actually really am hungry. Go make some scrambled eggs after I'm finished here. So I'm not sure that I need pearls down here, but the pearls up here, and I think I might just leave it at 3, they just carry that iridescence of the shimmery white into the sentiment. I think this is this card done, except this bit does not want to stick down, and I'm going to call it Who's Boss with this. Okay, I am just going to half recap that and just hold this down for a second. Hello, Jamie. When did you pop in? Yeah, just on the sentiment. Thanks, Shelley. Yeah, but as I say, I do struggle with really simple ones. So we shall see, and I'll do the black one next, and we'll either use some champagne, or we've got the champagne rhinestones, or the iridescent pearls will look really nice with the black one. Now I'm thinking using the black card base, it's probably not appropriate to do the sympathy card. I wonder why. Okay. So I didn't need the Just Jade ink, but the Just Jade ink was there for me to see if these paired well together. Hi Katie, thanks for joining. Great, thanks girls. I think this is rather beautiful too. Just a good use of all these embossing pieces that I went through the other day. So I'll pop that to the side. Now, thinking of you with all my heart, I think I need a colour to go with this, or do we just stick with metallic and I'll grab like my champagne foil and do something with my champagne foil? I'll wait for some answers. Okay. So, whoops. Thinking of you with all my heart. Now, I could gold emboss, but I'm not going to. But it would look fabulous gold embossed, because it will pick up on that shimmer. But I will be using some foil, so never fear. I'm thinking I might put some vanilla with this, because it's champagne. I can definitely get away with using a strip of vanilla. So with that being the case, thinking that piece may be a tinge wide. I think this one, oh, even that's too wide. Right, let's keep going. Is that dinner? Yes, that is. Sorry, just, you know, grabbing out the scraps. Seeing, that's much better. There's not too much space. So what I'm thinking is even using like soft suede or cinnamon cider. Yes, embossing on vellum would also look spectacular, Jamie. But do you know what? I may even I'll grab it out and we'll see what it looks like, because it's a colour I don't use too much, but I'm thinking the cinnamon cider is going to look really striking on the black. I can always then try another colour. So we're now using the Peaceful Moments stamp set. So this is all just sentiments, which this amazing sentiment set. Congratulations, happy birthday, Sympathy. Thank you. These are the moments we'll look back on with joy. I've used that for a Christmas card. Life is better with a friend like you. Always remember. Like, so many amazing sentiments. So this is just a friendship thinking of you card. Now, because I am using this colour, I don't think, let's see if this is straight in any way, shape or form. Yeah, I may try it again. I'll take this piece out because I've already tested my stamping. Sorry, my head, my very frizzy hair is going to get in the way here. That's better. And I really like that cinnamon cider, and I do like the softness of the vanilla, which means however good these would look, I don't think they're just going to work for this card, and because I always must embellish, I will grab out our champagne rhinestones, which I do have my hand on, but my blue rhinestones are trying to pop out. So these are our champagne rhinestone basic jewels. Hey Jenny, long time no see, hope you're well. It is another great stamp set, Shelley. I'm really happy with my stamp set selections at the moment. I've got a bit of kids, a bit of masculine, a number set. I've got some animals. I've got cute gnomes, which I'm playing with on Sunday in my class. Hey Jay, you coming to class on Sunday? I've got space for you, mind you. I've always got space for Jamie. Okay, now I'm just seeing if I could do this. Because this, I cannot off the top of my head tell you the name of this punch. That's terrible. Sorry, I'm just trying to be smart. Okay. Ha. Got it. That's pretty good. That's impressive. Welcome back, Miss Cindy. Oh, hey, Margine. Nice to see. Oh, I know. I've already shared a gnome card with you all, and I'm making one on Sunday, which means I will be making that with you in the coming future. I'm thinking that I may grab out our brushed metallic sheets actually. I'm not going to grab out the champagne, although I am still going to use those dots. This is the brushed metallic paper, and I've got here a gold and I've got the bronze, and I do have scraps of both. But I'm thinking the bronze will look really good with the cinnamon cider, and I'll just like halve this piece. The gold would also look lovely, but this piece is almost the perfect width. So I'll cut a strip using, because it fits on my desk so perfectly. So doesn't really matter the size of the strip, to tell you the truth. I just want it to be flush and straight. Do you know what? This one's going to do my head in. I just can't, with the guide there, it kind of does my head in. So this one, see how I've got access to the whole strip. So I'm going to cut this just under 2, or just on 2 centimeters. So I can still secure it, and I can cut, and it doesn't move anywhere because we've got the beautiful ridges here on to secure the arm, and that just means I am very successfully able to cut this piece down. Now I'm just going to check my dimensions, and I am a bit wide on this piece actually, so I do need to trim it up a bit. Whoops, I do not want to recut these pieces. So okay, let's pop it down here and see if I can respectfully cut this, because it's not wanting to. Okay, I've got to a point, it has crumpled. I kind of have to, no, okay, this is going to be a significantly smaller piece than what I had planned. So I'm going to cut a full centimetre off it. Okay, so I've got it to a point where I'm happy, and with this I'm definitely going to use my mini guillotine because it just really doesn't want to cut as well as what I want it to. Okay. Oh, the trimmer blade did just want to massacre it, but that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. I know, me too, Emily. You're exactly right. It's beautiful. Hey, Laurie. Okay. So, I'm glad to hear you're fine. Real life crafting, pivot and make it work. I think I've been listening to too much Em Rossiano. I've been listening to all her podcasts, and her favourite word is pivot. She is an Australian comedian, and she does cabaret shows, and yeah, she's amazing. If you are a bit straighty 180, she may not be the gal for you, but she's pretty amazing. I love her. Okay, so that's fine. I just lost some of our dead space at the top. That is all fixed. No one except for you girls know that there was ever anything that went wrong there. So I am still, we will lose the top of this highest tree, and that is totally okay. And I've got a bit of a mark over there, so I will now have a look at that. Isn't that just so elegant? And I'm going to grab a card base. No, that is not a card base. That is not a card base. Here are some card bases, possibly. I don't know, they do look a little thin. Sometimes it's hard to work out whether it's a card base or not. Now I've got this out, but I can always go vanilla, or I may put a vanilla matte around this because we've cut it smaller. I'm not actually loving the cinnamon side. I love it in the ink, don't love it in the card base. So let's go a thick, very vanilla card base and see how we go. Thick, very vanilla, no card bases prepared. But even though I'm always saying I have no card bases prepared, that's okay. I'd prefer to prepare them on the go, because that makes it just means I'm not wasting cardstock. If you can't fix it, feature it. That's exactly right. You'll like the post that I have scheduled to go up tonight. Hey Cole, sorry I've missed a whole heap of comments here. If you don't like it, you're not finished. Yeah. Exactly. Very good. I'm glad, Jenny. Glad it looks good, but I think this very vanilla. And then once I cut one sheet, I've always got a piece for Ron, because Ron later on always needs a piece. So, okay. I think this is going to look spectacular. just black, metallic, classy goodness. So are we all happy with the nail colour that I got this time? Look at that, that just pops. Stunning. Love it. Oh, I think our lawn might be getting done. Didn't think it had been 2 weeks, but anyway, it must be. Someone's doing something, so I apologise if they pop out the back and start making a whole heap of noise. Okay, so I have added a more generous amount of glue than normal because this is embossed and then it does have shimmer paint on it as well. So I just want it to adhere down well. Okay, so I'm going to be super smart because that's in the right place. I'm going to add one of our big, now I want to say this is our F block, and just pop that on there. Now I'm going to play smart, not hard. I'm thinking of using this whole strip and going across the whole card and not just that card front. So let's see. No, needs a bit longer, much longer. I'll add a second block. I'll put some dimensionals on this. Which one did I want to use? One's thinner than the other. I'll use the one with the glue on it, so then that way it can be used. And then keep the more perfect one for one I need for a more precise project. Okay, stamps that are inked away. Yeah, gotta have one for Ron. Then Bob's your uncle. That's exactly right. I don't have a Ron, but I do have two. Oh, I have an Uncle Robert, which is a Bob. Oh, that's okay, not a problem. You haven't missed much. Hey, Michelle. Was this the card you showed me this morning? I didn't show you any cards this morning, Cindy. I was very busy writing a blog post for the future, using my time at my hospital appointment wisely. So I was typing a blog post and listening to podcasts all at the same time. I was the height of productivity. And I was conversing with the nurses as required when my temperature, my blood pressure, and my blood oxygenation levels needed checking as well. So what I think I will do, just playing it smart, not hard. I love how this is framed, but this, same as the other one, this bottom piece just does not want to stay down. Now, it's hard to tell to see if I do, maybe Lorraine, have a couple of sparkly bits on my hand. It's very hard because I've got shimmer paint all over my hands. So this is me just covering up those imperfections on the foil. And then I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal. Now, Stampin' Seal doesn't like to run well at the best of times on foil, but that sew is not straight at all on the back of there. But and it's going to have to stay exactly how it is. But I find if I use wet glue on the back of foil, it likes to bubble the foil layer on top. so that isn't ideal either. So just grab my Seal Plus because it runs fine on the back of these, and we said we're going to just slightly cover up that top, the top of those trees, and then I'm just going to snip the excess, and I've used a whole scrap. Go me. And that didn't make it into the bin, but it's there now. Oh my god, T-square ruler time. I think I'm having major straightness issues today. No, that's straight. It's a sentiment that's not straight, but we already knew that and couldn't do anything about it. Oh, what? I have no idea what you're talking about. Yes, you do need to get some of the metallic brush foil. It is stunning. Okay, so we have champagne, basic rhinestones, classy, stunning. This is this would make a beautiful sympathy card as well, but I have just used a different sentiment. I'm just looking at the time, I am going to leave these cards at 2. So we've made 2 together, but you could use with deeper sympathy, thank you, anything for the other cards that we have made. So a little cluster there. I don't know, I've just done it off the sentiment today for some reason. We need more mediums. I like using big, medium and small. Oh well, these things happen. Let's see how we go. No. Okay. I'm thinking leaving that there, so just in a slight diagonal, leading it around. Right, calling that done. 5 rhinestones, nice number, all of that, as always, using my Forever Faithful take your pick tool. Just pop away those dimensionals. I didn't use these trees, so these can go back in my basket, but I did use quite a few pieces out of my basket today. So to recap what we have done, we have used, and this is while I'm setting everything up, and I'm just going to put away the stamp set we didn't get to using. So what we have done, we have used our Champagne Shimmer Mist over our Evergreen Forest. I want to say that's what it's called. Yes, our Evergreen Forest embossing folders. So this is the Champagne on Garden Green. This is the Frost White on Shaded Spruce. I have Frost White on Basic Black, and I have another Frost White. And these are the cards we made. Frost White on Just Jade on Pretty Peacock, and I have used the For Onto Us stamp set. Okay. And then I have used, this is very, very subtle, I have used the Champagne on Basic Black, and I've used the Peaceful Moments stamp set. Okay, so these are the one colour, and I used Cinnamon Cider on the other card with our our brushed metallics. What else did we use? That's pretty much it. Oh, and we used our sponges, which are fantastic. And for our embellishments, we did use the champagne rhinestones, and I will grab them. We also used the pearl basic jewels. So that's everything we have used today. I keep on missing comments. Okay, I like discombobulated too. Thank you, Jamie. I think they're a bit elegant and classic. They're thinking of you with all my heart, Cindy. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, exactly. Maybe when I get to my $1 million in sales, that will be when I've run out of all the stamps, and then I can help design my own. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed them. I will go back and catch up with all the chat. Sorry, bit busy making things. I do try and keep up, but I feel like I have absolutely missed some things today. So I will be back on Tuesday with one of the cards we make in class. So I will be back then. I feel like we're very low. Hold on. Let me go up further, and then you can actually see what we've used. I didn't realize we were sitting so low. Sorry, girls. My husband needs one like that in the hospital at the moment. Okay. So yes, but I will be back on Tuesday. Got dentist appointment in the morning, but I'll be back after that, and I'll be talking to you, numb or not. And giggles, always giggles, always giggles. So have an amazing weekend. I hope you are able to be creative this weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.